Divya Rana, a former state champion and aspiring pilot, is now a cabin crew member for the struggling Kohinoor Airlines after the economy crashed and her dreams were grounded. To save face, she lies to her family, telling them she's a pilot, and her father even takes out a loan to help her pursue her career. Geeta Sethi, a former beauty queen, has been an air hostess for 20 years. She is married, but her relationship is strained and she feels more like a maid than a beauty queen. She's desperately waiting for her provident fund to be released so she and her husband can move to Goa and open a restaurant. Jasmine, a young cynical woman, grew up poor and believes that money is the only thing that matters. She's willing to do whatever it takes to get it, having sold a math paper in school and now navigating life with a plan B mentality. All three women work for Kohinoor Airlines, which is on the brink of bankruptcy, failing to pay its employees their salaries and daily allowances. One day while on a flight, an elderly male passenger, Mr. Rajvanshi, suddenly dies. As the crew tries to resuscitate him, they discover a vest hidden under his clothes filled with gold. They realize he was a gold smuggler. After the plane is diverted back to Mumbai, they are questioned by customs, including an officer named Javir, whom Divya knows from her past. The women are initially hesitant to admit to what they saw, and the gold is confiscated. The crew learns that Mr. Rajvanshi was working with the HR head of their own airline, Manoj Mittal, who was using the flights to smuggle gold to Al Burj, a city in the United Arab Emirates. The realization that their own management, who are refusing to pay them, is involved in a lucrative smuggling operation infuriates the women. Motivated by their dire financial situations, Divya's parents loan Geeta's retirement fund and dream of a restaurant, and Jasmine's desire for a better life, they decide to confront Mittal. They propose a deal: they will take over Rajvanshi's smuggling operation or they will expose him to the authorities. Mittal reluctantly agrees to work with them, warning them of the risks and the importance of not getting caught. He provides them with the details of the operation, including the contact at the other end. The three women embark on their first smuggling mission. They come up with a clever plan to hide the gold. Instead of strapping it to their bodies like Rajvanshi, they disguise it by placing it inside candy bars and other items to avoid suspicion. When they go through airport security, they are nervous, but thanks to Divya's quick thinking and a timely distraction from Javir, who is still interested in her, they pass through customs without issue. The women are successful in their first run and receive a handsome payoff, which they divide among themselves. This first success gives them a taste of the easy money and a feeling of empowerment. Despite their initial success, the women face challenges and close calls. During a second smuggling trip, they are again stopped by the customs officer Mala at the airport. Mala is suspicious of their behavior and subjects them to a thorough check. Just as the women think they are about to be caught, Javir intervenes, vouching for Divya and her friends, allowing them to pass. The close call shakes them and they consider quitting the operation. However, the lure of the money and the desperation to solve their financial problems are too strong. They decide to continue with their plan. The movie ends with a humorous exchange between Divya and Javir as they continue to flirt. Javir mentions that he will keep a watch on them and their antics, hinting at their future encounters. The women continue their scheme, having learned how to work the system and find a sense of camaraderie and sisterhood in their shared criminal enterprise. They realize that in a world that has taken so much from them, they are taking control of their own destiny, one flight at a time. In a daring continuation of their scheme, Divya, Geeta and Jasmine are caught in a sticky situation when they are detained at the airport by a customs officer, Mala, who has received a tip about their gold smuggling operation. Despite being thoroughly searched, nothing is found. It's later revealed that Divya, thinking on her feet, had tossed the gold-filled chocolates into the plane's roof panel during turbulence. The women are released, but the close call triggers a massive fight. Jasmine and Divya accuse each other of their phony lives, putting the group at risk, and Geeta tries to mediate. The confrontation is a harsh reality check, exposing the deep-seated resentments and lies each woman has been living. The drama escalates when they discover that the tipster was Sudha, the wife of Manoj Mittal, their partner in crime. She confesses to betraying them because Mittal had abandoned her for another woman. She reveals that Mittal was merely a pawn and the true mastermind behind the gold smuggling operation is Vijay Valia, the owner of the now bankrupt Kohinoor Airlines. This revelation infuriates the women. They learn that Valia has been moving massive amounts of black money out of the country for years while their provident funds and salaries were being withheld. The news of Valia fleeing the country with their money just as his daughter's wedding is about to happen is the final straw. The three women decide to take matters into their own hands. They are determined to get their money back and to serve justice to Valia. They fly to Al Burj, where Valia is residing, and devise a plan to infiltrate his hotel. With the help of Sudha and her knowledge of the hotel's security, they take on jobs as a housekeeper, a janitor, and a chef. The plan is to get into Valia's suite during his daughter's wedding, which is when the entire hotel staff would be busy. With an unlikely assist from Mittal, who is now also seeking revenge on Valia for his betrayal, they get a 7% cut of the loot in exchange for helping them. Their new plan is to steal the gold from Valia's private jet. Divya, Geeta and Jasmine successfully infiltrate the wedding celebrations as hotel staff. They secure a room key card and access to the surveillance feed, which is temporarily disabled by Jasmine's tech-savvy brother Chintu. They make it to Valia's suite, but to their dismay they find it empty. Devastated, they think their plan has failed. However, a glimmer of hope appears when Jasmine reveals she snatched Valia's flight itinerary, which details his private jet departure from a nearby runway. The women race to the runway, finding Valia and his daughter already on board. They successfully board the jet. With the help of sleeping pills they knock out Valia and his entourage. The women's last obstacle is to fly the plane. Geeta, who has been a flight attendant for years, and Divya, who has been pretending to be a pilot, must now use their limited knowledge to land the plane. As Divya takes the pilot's seat, she confesses that she has never flown a real plane before and is terrified. Geeta and Jasmine provide her with encouragement, and she successfully navigates the plane using her memorized lessons from pilot school. With a bumpy but successful landing, the women are finally able to get justice for their colleagues and themselves. They fly to the opulent Palace Hotel in Al Burj, where Valia is hiding and hosting his daughter's extravagant wedding. The hotel, a fortress of luxury with multiple swimming pools, restaurants, and round-the-clock security, seems impenetrable. The women quickly realize that a direct confrontation is impossible. They hatch a new plan: to infiltrate the hotel staff. With their air hostess experience and a bit of luck, they secure jobs as a housekeeper, a janitor, and a chef. The idea is to remain invisible as nobody notices the staff until something goes missing. Their meticulous planning begins. They learn the hotel's security camera systems and daily routines. They discover a crucial half-hour window when the housekeeping staff is in a briefing, leaving the floors empty. To ensure they aren't caught on camera, they enlist the help of Jasmine's tech-savvy brother Chintu, who agrees to hack the hotel's security server. The plan is to get into Valia's suite during the wedding, but they soon discover that the key cards change daily and are only accessible to guests. The only way to get a key is to steal it. They confront Mittal, who is also at the hotel, and convince him to join their cause. Mittal, a man who has been a mere pawn in Valia's game, agrees to help in exchange for a percentage of the loot. He reveals that Valia is a frequent flyer of a private jet to the Cayman Islands, and the jet's crew is a group of loyal employees who have been smuggling gold for him for years. This new information gives the women a new target: Valia's private jet. On the night of the wedding, the women put their plan into action. As the festivities are in full swing, they slip away to the server room and with Chintu's remote hacking disable the cameras. Geeta, playing her part as a flight attendant, manages to get a hold of the private jet's flight manifest and crew list. They realize that the gold isn't in Valia's suite but on his private jet, which is scheduled to depart at dawn. The trio, now with a new objective, race to the private runway. They successfully board the jet and with the help of a few sleeping pills subdue Valia and his entourage. The final act of their elaborate heist now begins. With the gold secured, the biggest challenge remains: flying the plane back to India. Geeta, the veteran air hostess, takes the co-pilot's seat and Divya, the aspiring pilot, takes the controls. The moment of truth arrives as Divya confesses that she has never flown a plane before and that her pilot license is not current. She is terrified, but with the support of Geeta and Jasmine, she uses her extensive knowledge of aviation and her keen instincts to guide the jet. She manages to land the plane on a runway in her hometown of Nanhiri, a place that has never seen a plane before. The townspeople are amazed to see the private jet land, unaware that a flight attendant, a beauty queen, and a high school dropout have just brought back millions of dollars of stolen gold. The movie ends with the trio being interviewed by a news reporter. They decline to reveal their identities, but the reporter, in a symbolic gesture, calls them the angels who brought back the country's gold. The women walk away victorious and finally feel a sense of justice and closure. They have not only reclaimed what was rightfully theirs, but they have also taken control of their own destinies, proving that a little bit of audacity and a whole lot of courage can go a long way. The film concludes with the three women embracing each other, their bond stronger than ever. They have finally found what they were looking for: freedom, happiness, and a new beginning. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.